Hey folks, welcome to Talkin Pit. Just me and Dog today. Hey,
What's up? Hey, I'm the only person free on a Friday night.
I got overwhelmed with Trans Am and my birthday broadcast and stuff this month. I completely got this one by the wayside.
That's fair. You got a lot going on.
Got a lot of cool games to talk about too.
Yeah.
We were off screen talking about Suikoden 1 remaster. It is the PlayStation game again with like, I don't even know. It looks different. I don't know that I'd even say better. It definitely is modern. Like, I like the art.
It's not. I have a question. How much of a change in remake are we talking here? It's not like Live Alive where it got like an HD 2D remaster, right?
It
looks the same.
It is almost exactly the same game, and they fixed the script a little bit. A couple mistakes were in the script. They made it look broader. Like the soundtrack sounds a little bit better, but it didn't sound bad on the PlayStation.
Okay.
Mechanically, the game kept everything the same, and there was a lot of wow, this game's old kind of game design.
Yeah. Old PSX strategy RPG. Yeah, of course.
It was almost a SNES one, and if you can max out your money early on by gambling, you can get like literally $1 million. You will not make it through the game with that. You'll run out because smithing is so expensive. And
okay, it's one of those games.
There's no money to be had to make up for that, and you kind of need it because if you don't smith, your damage is like 30 instead of 170. Like, it's the only thing that matters. The runes and stuff still suck. The inventory is 10 per person, including their equipment. So
it sounds like that wasn't really intended, but it's kind of just how the game goes, huh?
Yeah, if they hold a hat, they now have 9 slots, and they're wearing a hat. But smithing... So there's a guy who plays dice, and you can double or nothing. And if you just beat him 4 times, you have like $800,000. I had to do that 4 times in my playthrough to get my gear up to par without grinding.
Yeah. It's time for grind for money again. I need another $1 million to fund my war chest.
The novelty of the game makes up for it. You have 108 guys, and you can use almost all of them. They have a bunch of dual techs. One of those guys includes the dude who built the pool for you, so it's not like he's any good, but he's there.
That's cool. I like that concept. It's like what Chrono Cross tried to do, but didn't really do that well, and I always wanted to see that concept done better.
I would say Suikoden does it way better. They don't try the same way Chrono Cross does. You get like 2 gardeners and 2 chefs and 5 blacksmiths, and they don't mix about it. This is just an army, and these are just guys in your army. Of course you're gonna have 5 blacksmiths. Why not?
Honestly, listening to you talk about Suikoden reminds me of trying to play through Valkyrie Profile and trying to figure out how to get through those systems. And how the resources were all locked to one thing or another. Usually, like, not money, but just invisible points that you accumulate.
I was on AOL Instant Messenger in 2000 and nothing, and in my profile for that I had Odin demand your epics because me and my friends all knew what that meant.
Because you knew he was going to take all your good shit.
Yeah, if you didn't give Odin not only your best fighters but also every damn thing you owned, you'd get the bad ending. There's 3 endings.
Yeah, if you don't, then he fucking smites you. Is Valkyrie Profile the war one? No, that's Valkyria Chronicles. Very different game.
Valkyrie Profile is literally about a Valkyrie.
Yes.
Picking up people. It's a really depressing game. One of the most depressing games I've ever seen.
It is. And you know what? It works.
It's about a Valkyrie who does what Valkyries do, which is to go to the dead in a battlefield and recruit the cool guys who are good at fighting. Which means that you're role-playing a character who just watches cool people die and then is like, hey, sup? And then you're in a team now. You're not allowed to get involved. You just watch justice not be done, and you see these people get murdered, and then you pick them up and they cannot avenge themselves. They're yours now, and they work for you.
It's really interesting the way it's done, and I think it's honestly like a good bit of melodrama in like a genre that doesn't have that. RPGs go for like, more like shonen anime shit, less like actual, the pain and death of living and death and just being a spirit in service to a greater power that you can't deny. It's pretty interesting.
I need to go back and try to play the PSP version with the cutscenes. And then the sequel.
Were there any good sequels to that?
I don't know if they're good, but there's two. There's Lenneth, which maybe is just the PSP version, and then there's two.
I think Lenneth is the one that we know, the first one, but like remastered.
Yeah, I think it is.
Because that would be Lenneth's story, right?
We're gonna have some spoilers.
Made my nickel sandwich.
I have some spoilers on our RPGs tonight. Here's one for Valkyrie Profile. What a disgusting plot point this is. There is a guy who wants to build a homunculi, a living clay flesh body thing, trap the Valkyrie's soul in it, and then force her to marry him. And she kills him and then recruits him because he's good at what he does.
That guy gets what's coming to him and then gets to stick around.
Yeah, he gets to be in your
army.
See
what happens.
Because he's the worst, but he's also a good wizard.
Yeah, he's really tough. You do need tough people. You can't afford to not have a good candidate. I remember that whole thing distinctly. That was very uncomfortable.
Well, we're gonna hop into it. Let's do your game first. I'm gonna play mine live, I think so.
Okay, yeah. So I've been playing Rebirth, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, or as I like to call it, Clude's $1 billion adventure, because this is in philosophy, a maximalist reimagining of Final Fantasy VII. That game that was already 3 discs. Let's expand upon it. Let's expand upon every single location and moment and everything into extra side quests and content. So we've got a couple of minor spoilers. I'm going to walk through some areas in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, mostly Cosmo Canyon and Gungaga, and then do some fights. But really, I just want to talk about how much I appreciate this game and how, I don't know, just interesting. They managed to make everything with. I didn't write a script for this, as you can tell.
I had played the first one a little bit. I bought it on the PS4.
How did you feel about it?
It didn't grab me enough to. I had a million games to play, so I didn't go back to it. I've been waiting for that game for 20 years. I think they focused too much on Wedge, I think, for me, and I was like, I didn't want that. And also, he's voiced by the guy from Breaking Bad, so I was like, really not feeling him. Yeah, Wedge is the annoying comic relief from Breaking Bad, Badger.
Oh, I didn't see too much of that, but yeah, I think I know who you're talking about.
Oh, he's the worst.
So yeah, here we are in Cosmo Canyon. Here's the crew. They all follow you around, which I love. I love that they're always around. Cosmo Canyon's big and open, and it's always got this twangy version of the main theme playing. The song that plays when you're on the world map in FF7 or when you're in the airship. There's so many versions of the main theme that I really appreciate this game for, and this like Americana version is pretty good.
I've been meaning to come back and play not only the first one, but this one too, obviously. One problem I have is I bought it on the PS4. I don't have access to the DLC. My $60 copy maybe is worthless to me now because of that.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, Integrate is honestly pretty good because once you get the hang of Yuffie, she's kind of incredible. I'll be using a lot of her in this video.
I feel like that, unless I'm mistaken, I'd have no way to play that without buying the whole game again.
Probably not, and that doesn't make any damn sense.
Yeah, that I've never seen that happen before, but that's my punishment for buying it without a PS5, I guess.
Right. Well, my copy's locked on the Epic Games Store. I can't even I can't even put it on Steam. I got Rebirth on Steam. You do get you get a chocobo in each region, and they kind of have different attributes and stuff. This one flies around.
What does scent do? And scour.
Occasionally, you'll find things that you can sniff out in the ground. You'll see a little question mark appear above your head, and so you can sniff something out and find, like, you know, an elixir or something, or a rare material. So I like to assess guys so I know what their weaknesses are. It's pretty standard thing. You do damage to guys until you get their stagger meter up, and then they drop their defense completely. There's a lot of mechanics involved, but mostly you're building up, you're pressuring enemies by doing certain things to them, usually by using their weakness or by avoiding their attacks, or, you know, doing certain things to get a different state, force the enemy into a different state, and pressure them. Once they get staggered, they lose all their defense, and you can do all the damage you want.
Nice.
I really like how
Just
the
like
game
Armored Core.
works. Just like Armored Core. Yeah, actually. No, you're not wrong. I really like the stagger system. I know people hate the stagger system, and I get it. Every enemy has it, but not every enemy needs to be engaged with in the same way. That would be insufferable, you know?
Yeah.
This is more like everybody's got a weakness, as you would expect. Everyone's got something to do to get their pressure gauge up, and usually you assess them to figure that out.
Congratulations on your divine heartwood.
Thank you. It is pretty good. Here's a big golem. I'm going to harass this guy with Barret. I'm just going to shoot a ton of bullets at him. Barret's a little slow, but he's pretty great. He's really sturdy. Every character plays a little different, and, you know, it takes a bit of learning. But it's really fun, honestly, to switch between characters because the aggro immediately changes in a fight.
Yeah.
Highwang brought this up to me, and I didn't really think about it until recently, but the enemies go after who you're controlling more than they go after the other characters, which is kind of bizarre. It means you can kind of juggle your aggro.
I'm currently,
and it works out.
Currently playing through, and probably will after this, FF7 regular with voice acting and all those other mods.
Yeah.
And I recognize these enemies. Like I said, I've been waiting to play this for decades, and this game was made for me. I need to get into it because these are the same damn
I thought you weren't into the combat.
Well, that's something I'll put up with. Because
okay.
I know what a Sahagin in the desert is. I know
Right,
those penguins,
exactly.
those rage bombing morons. I know all about this.
This is honestly a remake for fans. I can honestly say that after playing this game, because there are so many stupid little things, like even down to the enemy design, they kept so faithful. Like if you played Intergrade and Remake, they put in so many little bosses that were just random encounters in the game, and they made it full-fledged bosses. I don't even want to spoil, but I can think of like 3 off the top of my head. Just incredible encounters. Thank you, Barret.
Yeah.
The victory theme is diegetic. It's in the universe.
Is Girafelgo, the Axeman in the Shinra Mansion, in this game?
Okay. You want to know? That was one of the only ones I couldn't find.
Oh, man.
I don't know if he exists. He may still exist, but I couldn't find him. Anyway.
I would never cut.
I love the fucking gold saucer. It's so great.
They had
All these
14 to
people-
use as a reference for how to make this place cool, so I expected similar to that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But I just love this guy forced to do the cactuar pose all day. Hell on earth.
Well, the FF9 Hot and Cold digging game, by the way, is extremely good. It's better than the main game. So putting it in anything, be my guest. I usually don't like meandering around a gigantic world looking for stuff, but if I have a chocobo and doing hot and cold, I think I would be into it.
You have a big map and a bunch of points to find, and it does a bit of what you would call the Ubisoft game design. You've got your communication towers.
Yeah.
Give you other points to find.
Yeah.
I don't mind that in like certain games. I didn't mind it in like Tears of the Kingdom. I didn't mind climbing my towers in Breath of the Wild.
That was great in those games. I think
Yeah,
my
I
problem
like those.
with Ubisoft specifically is their games are a mile wide and an inch deep, is how they say. Like,
Yeah.
Odyssey is bigger than a mile. It's like 100 miles. I can't finish it, and I would like to. I was into it. I was into the story. I played it for like 20 hours and I had barely even scratched the surface of how long that bullshit is. There's no business being that long. It's so boring.
Which one's Odyssey? The Greek one?
Yeah, the Greek lady who was really tough and was fun to play for 20 hours and still was just nothing happened in those 20 hours for me. Like I couldn't get the game to wrap up.
I only played Ezio in AC2. So, yeah.
Odyssey is really good. You have like the Beastmaster bird vision, and you have all the modern features of Assassin's Creed stuff, and she's a really cool character, and the plot is interesting. But you better have 90 hours to play it because you're literally exploring all of Greece, like the entire thing, and it takes so long. It's so much.
That does sound kind of fun. You're kind of selling me on it. Oh shit. Okay, Doppelganger is amazing because Yuffie can just double herself, including like throwing items or spells.
Nice.
But now there's just two of her. I'm taking damage and like making it look shitty, but like it's a really great ability. Yuffie can do long ranged and close ranged, and can also change the aspect of her weapon to any element. You want a nice ranged attack? You got it. You want a close up fire attack? You got it.
I heard while I was browsing comments, for some reason this popped up on my feeds recently. Yuffie was busted good in this version.
She kind of is. I'm really like every time I put her on the team, I can pull out a lot of ridiculous damage. You know who's also really great, who I am kind of using here, or I will be using in the future in this video? Kate Sith is great.
Oh no.
I love him. He's fantastic. He's so fun to play. Also, I love getting on the Chocobo and just having everybody on the Chocobo.
Like Red
13. Yeah. Yeah, I just do this for a few seconds. Hang on. There's a cut somewhere. All right, so I do some yeah, I do a couple of simulator battles. Cactuars are hard to hit, but I love them nonetheless. You only hit like 1/3 of your attacks. All right, I kind of lied. There is a minor spoiler for Red 13 in this. They changed something about his character. And I find it really interesting, actually. Oh, I skipped away from it. I skipped. Okay, never mind. Forget I said anything. It's not a spoiler. There's nothing here. So, Kate Sith calls down the Moogle with one of his attacks, and then he gets all of his attacks unlocked. And that makes him extremely dangerous. He can just use his summon materia without summoning active. So I'm just going to summon Kujata and then turn my Moogle into a bomb that will explode upon too much damage to me. It's going to go off in a few seconds and kill everybody.
Sweet.
I fucking love Kate Sith. He's so great. I blow up,
Alpha
which
dunks.
means I won. Yeah, those are alpha dunks. There's also a card game in this. They made a card game, a new card game. It's not Triple Triad. It's not whatever the hell was in 9. It's
Triple Triad discount.
Yeah, no, it's different actually. It's called Queen's Blood. It's half territory control and half trickery, with like replacing cards and gaining territory and scoring in 3 different lanes. So you basically have to have more cards in a lane to score more points, but you're only able to place cards in certain, spots depending on how well you develop them. I do not demonstrate it in this video, but I have played a lot in my playthrough, and it's pretty fun. Been enjoying it. At first I was like kind of overwhelmed by some of the mechanics, but they give you these things that are basically pre-built decks. If you have all the cards for a deck, you can build the deck, which is very helpful. I love just slowly walking towards an enemy with Kate Sith and just firing sound at them. What do I want? Slot machine. I don't know what that did. It did 3,000 damage. He's got the slots that can murder you. He's gotta. Okay, here's two dudes. I actually like this dude a lot. He's part of the he's part of a recurring enemy gang you keep running into. But this guy doing his Tai Chi moves in front of you is killing Tifa. Yeah, the Burt Job brothers are here.
Tunnel snakes rule.
This guy can't even form sentences. He's nonverbal.
Burt,
he just grunts. I kind of get my ass kicked in this fight. Normally you fight one of them because there's only one Burt in the game, but the simulator has decided, what if there were two Burts? Now here's a fun fact. Petrify kind of works in this game. It works in a weird way though. First you use Quake, which casts Petrify, and then you do a ton of damage to them to cause the Petrify to actually take effect. It works the same way on you, actually, so if you're good at dodging, you can avoid the effects of Petrify.
oh man, double up on Burt. B. Burt's
Goodbye,
bees.
Burt. Ooh, dodge. Dodge and pressure. It ends up being a very, like, efficient ballet when you get the combat right, and it's very satisfying. Limit break pops at the right time and it doesn't cost an ATB, so you just pop it. Yeah, Tifa was really good in the first game, and I haven't used her as much because there's other characters to use, but she's great. Oh yeah, she's got a flash kick. You're probably wondering. Well, wonder no longer. It's in this game. Of course it's in this game.
Yeah, couldn't be.
And it's Mario
be
Kart.
Worse. Yeah,
It's literally Mario Kart now.
good.
Down to the soundtrack. Down to the big band soundtrack.
I mean, that's great.
And the 29 courses, yeah, we got them all. You got all these birds with stats. Also, you got armor. This is just, I thought this was just cosmetic. It turns out it's not. So I've been doing this on the side. These are...
Oh, I'd be doing this all day and all night if it's any good.
It's pretty good. I like it.
Can you breed chocobos in this?
Not yet. If you can't, maybe in the third game. I bet not in this game, because that was a thing you do at like the end of the... You do at the end FF7, right?
Yeah, it was a thing that shouldn't be, but could be done. Just
you could do it on
super
this too. It's just like, do you have the money? Yes, no.
do you have the time to race all of them to S class and then find the secret ingredients that you have to have a strategy guide to know what and where, and then
Right.
you have like a 10% chance of success when you do it. So now you reload a bunch.
Then you gotta reload a bunch. God, I forgot about the stopping the game, reloading, hitting reset over and over again.
It's like a 10-hour process.
Because fucking Cool Ranch Doritos would not make a gold chocobo with 420 gay 420 or whatever I named them.
Well, they had Chocobo Racing as a standalone game pretty soon after 7, despite how bad this was in 7 original, and that game is pretty good.
Oh, was it? I never played it.
It's just kind of Sonic kart racing style. It's not bad at all, really.
No, Sonic Kart is pretty good, so... in this game, you get like three different colored balloons. You get speed balloons, which are basically coins in a... Oh, I fucked it. Oh, I fucked it big time.
Oof.
Oof. I would try to take the shortcut at the last second, and I fucked it.
Oh,
blue balloons are your coins, and they go up to 10. Red balloons are your attack, and every chocobo has a different one. I've got a red shell as my attack. Because it's good. And the yellow balloons are just dashes that you can accumulate and store. And you can drift. Yes. Oh, yes, you can drift.
Oh, this is Chocobo Racing, actually. Now that I look at the bar and stuff, that is all how that game works. You have a superpower, it charges up over time, you can just throw it whenever you want, and then you have items you can stack, like these. And yeah, this is modeled after that for sure.
Good. It seems like they put a lot of work into this, and it might have seemed like they had a little bit to go off of to start with.
Yeah, the only thing that had that this didn't is not being a chocobo. Like you could play as like the fat chocobo
Yeah.
or Mog or Silent Hills police car or whatever. Was it Parasite
Wait,
Eve?
really?
Whatever one of those was the cop.
Parasite Eve police car, maybe?
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
Daniel driving 80 miles an hour down the streets of New York City.
Yeah, you can be a cactuar who runs really slow and can't do anything right.
That's upsetting that they would be that slow. They're very fast.
You're good at handling. Well, they're racing against like a car.
I think a cactuar could outrun a car. They seem pretty fast. All right, I get the thing right this time. I got 2 dashes accumulated. Now I'm in second. Basically, the reason I've been doing this is because it unlocks a special side quest that happens when you go back to the gold saucer. You know, like when you get the keystone for the Temple of the Ancients.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that unlocks the gold cup, which is a Grand Prix, basically, that you can do as a side quest, which is cool. I like that they added that in there, and that it's optional. You don't have to do it, but it's there. You do have to do several preliminary races to qualify. That's why I did it.
So Choco Bubble, I assume, is a green shell upgrades to a red shell.
No, it's actually a red shell innately, and it's always you can accumulate 2 of them.
Okay.
Yeah. You could play as the FF4 airship sprite that goes 300 miles per hour but can't turn.
Yeah.
That's funny. I like that.
There's so
You know
many
what?
extra characters in that game.
That shows some real knowledge of the game itself, because that was pretty much how it controlled in game. You turned 90 degrees, but it was like, come on, that didn't happen immediately. These courses have been getting tougher and tougher too. One of the things I really like about this is that it's one gigantic course, and they set up barriers for every race. So every race is a different permutation of the one absolutely massive course.
Oh, dry ether.
Yeah, the good stuff.
Dr. Ether.
Like that dry vermouth. That's how you know. So yeah, that's Rebirth. It's got a lot of heart in it. I think it's a really good maximalist remake of a game I like a lot. So I hope people will give it a shot when it comes down in price a bit, because I think that's a big factor. Square always has these ridiculous inflated expectations of how a game should sell. I think they haven't really considered that the game wasn't on PC yet, and that it hasn't dropped in price yet, and that people still don't want to pay $70 for a video game.
Well, hey, if
And
they
I
let
think
me
that's entirely fair.
let me pay for it twice so I can play the DLC.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't have to pay for it twice, and that's different. Aerith would not have died if she had Tiger Drop.
Well, I'm into this game that I was given by the devs just yesterday. I've been playing it.
Oh yeah?
It is a tower defense game.
Ooh.
It is currently in my title because I didn't bother to change it because I knew I'd be playing it.
Oh, Nordhold.
Yeah, Nordhold.
You were playing that last night?
That's right. Let's give it a run. I'm just gonna play
Yeah.
a round of it.
I haven't played a tower defense in a long ass time.
Oh, before I forget, I had a picture I saw while you were doing that is relevant.
Oh yeah? Yeah, I've seen that one before. I love that picture.
All right, let's play. This is a tower defense / base builder thing. And I'm unlocking meta progression as I go, so theoretically it's going to get easier and easier, but I had a really hard time with most of my runs, so it didn't make a whole... I unlocked a lot of stuff, but I never got very far yet. The first boss has killed me like 6 out of 7 times. I just get slaughtered by that guy. So this actually seems pretty good, but I think I can't resist, and this is a mistake I think I keep making, I can't resist building my base to be very efficient, and it takes time and effort to become efficient, so I spend all my time becoming efficient, and then right at the cusp of when I'm going to capitalize on all that money generation, then I die. Right there, before I get to all that power that's right there, ready to go. So we have a lot of options, and this is part of why probably I'm having trouble with this. So many options for what to do. I have a variety of towers. Right out the gate I can build 4 different kinds. This one is...
Oh, wow.
Targeted DPS for strong boys with low range. This one is a AoE blast. This one is just your regular dark tower. This one bounces a shot. These different resources. Yeah, like hits one guy, hits the next for less.
Oh yeah, okay. Like chain lightning.
Yeah, and we have 3 workers. They can do stuff if they have the buildings to do it in. They don't currently have anything but wood to chop, so we can go here and spend money to make them chop better than before, or we can just unlock one of these. The default that I do is it's cheap. I just go for the wheat, and then we can go over here, get another worker, build a house, get another worker. It costs more and more each time. Everything does, so we're gonna need a lot of wheat. But workers seem like they produce numbers to let you build all kinds of stuff fast, so I usually have been doing that, and like I said, I haven't been winning, so I don't know if it's correct.
I can't help but notice that when you were building that building, it said Scandinavian style. Is there like different national groups of woodworking you can do?
That's it. That's the only one. It's 200 wood to make the houses twice as good.
We only have Scandinavian. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. There's a lot of upgrades
curious
to reduce the cost of things. And here we can reduce the cost of everything.
Oh, I see.
We need to start generating money, though. Currently, we can get a gold mine to do that, but yeah. Let's get the mill going, because I do need 60 wheat now to be able to do that.
So wheat's basically like your food resource.
It's used for a couple things, but it is used just as a currency to buy a worker, too. Like, you pay for his entire lifetime of food up front, I guess. Anyway, that is the...
Okay.
That's about it for what we can do with the base building right now, because I need the 35 here next time. And we have to actually build some towers, so I better not waste my resources.
Yeah, if you asked me what kind of game this was, I'd say it were like a Civilization, like it were a simulation game, not a tower defense.
Well, down here we have our base, which has 15 health right now. Every little dude who hits it's going to hurt that. And then here we have a bunch of tiles in the path they have to crawl, and the towers that I'm going to build. And
so this is the tower defense zone.
Yeah, we can build on any of these spots. The number represents how big of a range boost they get. 1 is half, 2 is normal, 3 is 1.5, and 4 is ridiculous. It's super good. This thing suffers from low range, so it benefits the most from that, I'd say, probably, because it's a laser, and it gets more laser time on a big build like that.
So it just grows exponentially, the damage.
But its problem is it really sucks at killing, well, we'll look at this in a second. It really sucks at killing bunches of guys, so we need to back it up with something else.
Do you have different enemy types who take different kinds of damage?
Oh yeah, all over the place.
Okay, yeah. I have played a tower defense or 2 in my day. I was never great at any of them, but I played a lot of... What the hell is the name of that one? I gotta look up on my Steam account. Sol something. Sol Survivor. Which is really not very remarkable, but it's a tower defense game, and I played a shit ton of it. Just enough to get to know, the endless modes. to know how long it takes for me to get bored of a tower defense game. Usually an hour and a half.
This one has so many options for like we can spend money anytime to upgrade all of these, but every turn that goes by, every wave, this decreases by 5. And then once you level up, it goes back to the default number it is. You can auto level things.
Got a lot of stats here.
You can tell every type of that to auto level that thing that you set. You can tell it to auto level it once you have 4 gold or less or whatever. Once that's what it costs, you can group them into the fellas group or a new one. And then over here, you can focus and you can tell it how to focus. And
wow.
This one kills people with the lowest health because I want them to just, finish them off. But this one
You can
is the opposite. I want it to
fine-tune the AI of your tower.
I want it to kill fellas. This thing should kill the boss first and should focus on it until it's dead. And after that, it should kill the next whoever has the most health. After that, it should be draining them for these towers to finish them off. That's what it should be doing, I think.
That's
you have
cool.
A ton of options for this. Anyway, let's hit explore. This expands the tunnel and it starts the wave, which is extremely small and easy at this first. Like, these guys are screwed.
Okay, so it starts up a zone like for the guys to come in.
Yeah, and now I can build over here now, and this will expand it even further. And we got our resources for that turn, even though it was instantly over. We did get them. So we need to build a house, build a worker. Now I got my boy. Now I don't really need so much wheat.
You alternate between tower defense and build phases?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna build some wood now. And since I have some money...
Build some wood?
Yeah, we're gonna build some wood out of this thing. I have some options that I'm tempted to hit. I've got 31 coins. This one gives me 5 gold because I have 5 workers. 1 per worker per wave. I think it'll pay for itself. I usually pick it up. I'm not sure that it's smart. It seems like a lot of money to dump up front, but I'm going for it. And over here,
tax burden.
We're gonna raise our production by a lot. So we're currently getting 50 wood. Now we're getting 60. And then this is new. I haven't seen this yet. This sells me special equipment that I really have only seen 2 of so far at all. Anyway, we don't have enough money to buy a single tower of any kind, so here we go. And there's, of course, turbo.
Okay, so they're going to build a new one. Those guys are just going to walk right through and then get lasered. So every time you do a phase, it adds another location to the exploration?
Yeah, more places for me to build, too.
Right.
I'm going
I like
to
that idea.
need a
That's
quarry
pretty novel.
to build a lot of these towers, especially this blaster that I have gone in on already. Each tower costs more than the one before it to build, so a variety is good in some capacity, but there are upgrades. Kind of like a deck builder, there's upgrades for specific tower types permanently, so
right.
You have reason to stick with some certain tower types too. I don't currently, but I will. I think I'm gonna go ahead and throw that quarry down, and we'll raise our stone production. Split some of those guys off into that. That sounds good. I would like some more workers, but it's just so much right now. We'll get to it eventually. I could upgrade these towers for 5 gold, but I feel like that is the kind of mistake. Like, being efficient is what these games is all about. And I feel like that's a mistake since it's going to reduce in cost. But again, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I can't win. So maybe I'm an idiot.
Well, it costs gold to upgrade the towers, but what does it cost to build the towers? Wood?
It costs increasing amounts of wood and stone and stuff. But the thing is that this price is going down. Like, these have been here for 3 rounds now, so they're going to be free next turn. 1 free upgrade. That's why I feel like you shouldn't upgrade them early unless you have to.
Right. They're also like your last line of defense in an increasingly, growing line of defenses.
We got 3 archer tower upgrades, which is pretty strange, but hey, whatever. Maybe it's because I only have 2 tower types. Maybe that's why. That might be my problem. I'm not focused enough. Maybe I'm trying to spread out because I know that the the variety gives me cheaper towers, maybe that's killing me. Yes,
Maybe.
this is great.
Those rare ones look pretty okay.
The bleed is not good enough in and of itself because 1 damage per second, the enemies already have more than 100. So I need
Yeah, and
fire
also
rate with that.
3% slow is nothing.
But then it stacks with this, which I can't get them both, unfortunately. This also sounds good. I think I probably should take the bleed and try to make it work. I'm gonna need this to show up again, though. I just require it.
This is the one in the third area, right? Not the first area.
What do you mean?
Like it's down from your zone, right? Yeah, it is. Because like it would make more sense to have it further away, in my opinion, the bleed, so that it has time to work.
It's for all of them. Every tower, every archer tower.
It's for all of them. Gotcha. I thought it was we were upgrading individual towers, which would be a bit granular.
I think this time I'm going to try not throwing these down just because I can. Because it's really tempting to throw this volcano that AoE's, right here and blast them. But I think I'm going to avoid that and see what happens with the cards. What am I doing with this? Let's get some more wheat. You can sell extra resources over here too, but there's inflation.
I would hope
if you
so.
do it too much.
Oh, you can mess with the economy in a bad way, derogatory.
40 stone for 8 gold. Yoink. Yeah, so I try to
Inflation
sell
level 0.
It goes back down to 0 after a couple waves, so you don't sell too much.
I for a while I was enjoying this game called what the hell is it? Off-World Trading Company, which is really pretty fun. It reminds me a little bit of the development portion of this game, where you're trying to build a company on a foreign planet and get as many resources as you can.
Elite enemies show up and they drop cool stuff, but they're also really annoying. So it's a bit of a risk, but I'm doing that. It sounds good.
Okay. For greed.
Now we get to pick a hero who gives me spells every round. Comes with a perk.
Oh. Brings 100 wood. Building upgrade cost. Tower upgrades -1. Okay, so they modify like costs and stuff or give you resources.
Yeah, Flashy T. That doesn't sound like a great one.
I'm sorry, I hadn't looked at the names yet. Yeah, KDR, I could never find anybody to play it with. It was always an interesting game to me. I play against the computer, but I'm not very good.
So this guy hits an AoE 150 damage, and also... Well, these are very similar, actually. Gains 1% spell damage. I wonder if that happens every time I do it.
I would hope so. Otherwise, then that 1% would seem very minuscule.
Well, that would go over to the rune tower, because it uses magic damage, sort of. I sure could use some more of those. Need more stone. This budget thing is way better at level 2 with 25%, so we're looking at 16 for the next upgrade and 44, and we can reduce that to 13 and 36, and we can do it again later. Trading ships upgraded so we can get more money. Ooh, lots more money. Alright, that's good. We're getting 20 smackers a turn? Yeah.
Alright.
I feel like getting workers is essential here. Anyway, I think I'm good to just hope I don't die.
I love our giant laser. It will protect us from all harm.
We can make it split into 3s and do way less damage. Or the opposite, and I got both of these at the same time, and I feel like they completely destroy each other. We can make it do more damage per second, percent-wise. I had split it into a third and then tried to raise it, and it just didn't work out. I think one or the other would work, though. But I have reroll here, and I think that probably is way smarter than this.
Oh, you can reroll. Okay.
I got what I wanted. Now we shoot 3 arrows.
There's your rare 3 arrows, yeah.
It's even better than before, so the penalty's way less.
Is that an extra
arrows.
bleeding?
Yeah, this stacks, so we can get even more bleed, but this would be better than that, because my assumption is that every arrow causes 3 or 4 bleed or whatever. So now they shoot 3 bleeding arrows, and so now I want fire rate pretty much across the board.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
On these.
You want to up the fire rate on that?
Yeah, that's what I have been doing. That sounds good.
So we're going for a bleed build, basically.
Yeah, I haven't tried that yet. I think it's gonna be good.
Bleed, and then by the time they walk into our giant laser, they will not have any health left.
Apparently the market's gonna offer me something soon. Anyway, over here we can kill a worker and get a relic instantly. It's really huge.
I didn't notice we had that.
You didn't notice this thing is inconspicuous. This sucks a lot. It makes your workers for the rest of the game do 10% worse each time you do it, and also
I would imagine
it like puts a big skull in their house where you can't ever use it again. So you go down to 4 or 4, and then you can upgrade it again, but the cost has been upgraded as though you had 5. It's just a huge burden.
I love that this has all been pretty above board. Like, all right, here's the ravenous hordes that threaten our fair citizenry, and here's our workers who generate all of our food and value and everything that keeps us alive. And here's the sacrificial altar where we sacrifice their souls.
I'm looking at that bleed damage, it's the red. I'm seeing it's actually working okay still here. It's not great.
Bad. Is that a boss?
He's an elite.
Elite.
It's not like super good, but it's decent. Okay, we got some stuff.
Got there.
I've not been casting my spell like a fool. I haven't been leveling it up. Whoops. I completely forgot I had spells.
I'm looking at Spearhead and tilting my head. What? All towers deal -5 damage. Increases the damage of the tower with the most DPS in the last wave by 100%. It doubles your best tower.
Yeah.
But everything else gets worse.
I'll just take this. Thanks.
None of these seem incredible.
The range up on these is like visibly, obviously super nice. This thing gets a really pathetic range up compared to other ones, but even so,
His range is like secretly the best.
Oh, range is
here,
awesome.
huh?
In like if I had a range good enough, I could place it here and hit this whole sweeping area. It's really nice.
You can cast spells during the build phase.
Is it too late to do that? Or did I miss them?
Well, it says 2 energy available down there. I guess that means there's a spell available?
Yeah, is this last round spell? Is this next round spell I'll be wasting? I want to actually use it. It's a decent thing. Oh, good. I can get the
Last
bonus.
rounds.
Love to see it. Okay, yeah, that gives this thing damage, I think. I'll check. But I'm pretty sure that the Runestone Tower specifically is the one that benefits from that. And maybe one of these other ones.
It does better after you've cast a spell.
I think it does work off of magic. Maybe the Arc Tower does as well. I'm not sure about that. Oh, hey, we can build a house, get a worker. Oh. Need more wheat. Tavern. The tavern increases our productivity dramatically.
Damn right it does.
Just crazy.
Increases my productivity.
Yeah, if we get beer, we can raise it by another 40%. Just actually, there's nothing in the tavern. It's just a place you
The
go.
tavern is currently not being supplied with beer.
It's just got a bard in it and no beer. It's fine. It makes them happy.
I'd still hang out there anyway.
Here comes the fellas.
All right.
It's getting a little grim here.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Ooh. The blue ones are a little bit more resistant. Uh-oh.
I think I've got them. It's just getting a little rough out here.
That one's gonna get through. How bad is it?
It's only one for him, but that sucks. The bleed just wasn't happening.
Shit. Okay, one got through. Shrek finger. Would you like a Shrek finger?
First strike is on him. Well, that's nice. Lead enemies are bigger and stronger and drop chests.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's just a different tooltip. It's telling me what elite enemies are. I was wondering why. Elite enemies have 20% less health. 2 energy if the village shield is below 50%. That's interesting. Good chance by 10% for all towers is amazing. That is super nice. I'll take that. That's just a free level across the board. I think I want these
and
things.
now
to
you can buy the other stuff, right?
I don't like that they can't reach this. Like, that sucks. They should be a little bit better. Anyway, we got another worker.
It feels a little weird having a tower defense game where you can't build something that looks directly at your tower. Or your win condition, so to speak.
Let's go ahead and get this. I think this is always worth it if you have money to spare, because it was the last thing I bought almost, and it still was worth it because there was like 1 or 2 more upgrades. It saves you so much money. Obviously, the earlier you can get it, the better, but...
Right.
I'm interested in that, too. Reducing the cost of the actual towers being built.
That way you can build more.
Yeah. I feel like they got through a little too well, and I should probably upgrade these things. Just because of that. It's only 5 gold each. Like, that was damage I'd rather not take.
Yeah.
Oh, this is ready. Yeah, cool. The tavern has a thing. Feast.
Feast is available.
30%
The
productivity.
non-tier feast.
So you can watch the numbers on the right and see just how much 30% productivity actually is.
Okay.
Pretty substantial.
Oh, hell. Yeah, pretty good. Okay.
This is working.
Yeah, so far. Is there something we can do about those blue guys? They seem to be getting through way more efficiently.
Oh, they're blue because they have 1,000 health. That's why they're blue. That's indicating that they just have...
I thought it was a damage type.
There are shields that dodge damage and barriers that reduce it and stuff. They don't have any of that. They're just tanky.
Ah, shit, 3 of them on top of each other. Okay.
Seems good.
All right.
Hey.
You have created the machine that exactly survives.
I'm gonna re-roll
Magical
these.
charge. Beam damage. Oh, that's the triple beam. Yeah.
Oh, this might be what I need to actually make spell damage apply. Oh well, we don't need that at the moment. I'm more interested in these.
Nope. Runestone towers that are inactive can beam to another specified within their radius and transfer a percentage of their own damage. That's wild.
I've tried to do that before, but it is so hard to get multiple towers up. I think if I actually focus on it, I can do it, and that probably is smart. Getting this one seems less interesting since it's a small upgrade. It's not like a worthless upgrade though. It might be in my interest to do that. 9% damage on the actual arrows. I'm gonna do this, maybe. I can build another runestone tower, so I think this will pay off.
While Prism sounds fun, Rapid Archer sounds more practical.
We'll fight more elites and die. That's cool. I want to be on here all day. It's fine. Any more wheat? I'm going to start working on these towers here. Getting them in range of each other is a huge burden, though. It's not easy.
Because their optimal spots are so far away from each other?
They just don't have range anyway. Like, I feel like I need to build 3 to get them to spread the damage here. I cannot just throw one down over there and avoid this perfect location for him. I just need their range to keep on increasing, or to put another one here that can then spread the damage over. I'm not sure.
So that number on the left, that's the 1 and the 15. What's the 1 represent?
It's the current level.
Okay, that's the level.
More money per worker. Now we're getting 38 without even mining. We don't even have a gold mine, and we're getting that much money, so towers will be coming soon. Oh shit, already? Fuck. This is the end of my run.
Bandit King.
It's nice knowing you, everybody.
King of crime.
He's coming.
So was that random?
No, I think it tells me over here when stuff's happening. I don't pay enough attention. What's that?
He's got 7,000 HP, where the rest of these guys have how much?
The blue ones have 1,000 per blue bar, and green is 100.
So we need 7 blue guys.
I don't know if I should.
And if he gets to your base, he's gonna blow it up.
He will, yeah. Can I focus the boss? Let's see. Everyone should just focus the boss. Can I?
You can change your tactics mid battle here.
Yeah.
Oh, you can use for all towers of that type. That's cool. I like that. That's really cool. What a cool thing to be able to program the little gambits for each tower.
That bleed, I want it to just be insane on him so that he actually dies. That's what I want.
Yeah, if they shoot him enough times, I don't know if we have enough time, unfortunately.
It drops really fast.
Oh god, he's only like halfway dead.
Oh no! Yeah, Grimlock always kills me. he didn't completely. He always gets like 50 health left or whatever. He's always in there with 1,000 or less. But he is an instant death.
That sounds like a difficult boss.
Well, that's what I mean though. I'm not paying enough attention to what's going on, and I'm upgrading my town. Should have poured all that money right into the towers instead. I would have been okay. If I had just eaten what I consider it a loss in my head. I know it's not great to pour money into those when it's constantly getting cheaper to do it, so I'd never do it. But if I took that 50 coins and just upgraded those 3 towers in the back, that alone would have killed him.
Maybe, yeah.
We got some meta progression here though. Like, you can start with more resources. Here's one that's just permanently more stuff to choose from. Like, so I've been working on that.
That's always fun. And I like how they call it meta progression. It's just like, yeah, we know.
The further you get, the more of these points you get to spend, and like we can
like,
start with 10 gold instead of 5, Or 10, 20 stone instead. I'm gonna store more money. That sounds good. But yeah, that's Nordhole.
That seems cool.
I'm into it.
Nice to see a cool tower defense game. It's been a while for me.
All right. Well, thanks for joining me, Voice of the Dog. That's all I got.
Yeah. I've also been playing Pirate Yakuza on the side as like a tiny little recommendation. That game is pretty fun.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's good. Playing Majima's great. Being a pirate's pretty fun. They managed to make a gameplay loop that was interesting and good for the time that you're playing it. Didn't seem to overstay its welcome. I'm having a little bit of trouble on like the final special guy to fight, but it's not. It's optional. It was good though.